Hey YouTube, you need to get your act together, man. Hey dudes, what's up? It's me, OK Kyle, and welcome to the Internet X-Files. Where I look at dumb stuff on the internet and talk about it because I can. If you haven't already guessed what the topic of this video is going to be about, it's going to involve the stupid Pandora's box of bullshit that has once again been opened on YouTube. Today we're going to be looking at the story of TheActMan versus QuantumTV, but more importantly, the consummate fuck-ups YouTube has been making lately by setting a really bad precedent as to what is considered to be acceptable behavior on the platform. Right now, YouTube is like the Catholic Church. There's a very glaring and obvious problem with their standards and procedures, and yet they choose to blithely ignore it. But, unlike the Catholic Church, YouTube doesn't have the option of just simply moving the problem to another state and hoping it'll go away. Here's a quick recap about what's been happening so far. QuantumTV, pictured here, he looks like someone tried to draw Michael B. Jordan from memory and fucked up. Anyhow, he made a video with some really bad takes about the game Elden Ring. ActMan makes a video using a mere 3 minutes, 10% of the entire video, and makes a few jokes about said takes. Obviously, there's no problem with that. You can critique other creators' content. That falls under fair use. Then Michael C. Jordan tries to strike the video down and off of YouTube. Did TheActMan say something blatantly insulting or disparaging about QuantumTV? No, obviously not. All TheActMan did was make some jokes at Quantum's expense, and by laughing at his refutations about Elden Ring, and then, like getting fucked in the ass by an elephant, he got super butthurt, then decided to abuse YouTube's TOS by filing false claims on the video. Mind you, all because his feelings got hurt and he didn't like the jokes. Fucking what? That's like a musician trying to sue Anthony Fantano because he didn't give them a favorable review. Now, this is something we can all agree is unacceptable and a thing people shouldn't be doing. It's kind of like masturbating near a school or admitting you like the new Adam Sandler movie. We collectively all agree people shouldn't do these things. Yet there are still a few people who do them. Then TheActMan makes a New York Times investigative masterpiece exposing QuantumTV's trail of hatred, bigotry, violations, blatant abuse of the TOS system, and other shitty things that are explained in great detail as to why he should be expelled from YouTube to begin with. Time passes, and seemingly out of nowhere, TheActMan gets a community guideline strike. You may be thinking to yourself, what for? What did YouTube find in his video that warranted this action? Well, my friend, YouTube deemed the video unfit for our chaste eyes on the grounds of having sexual content and nudity. Hold on a second, wait, fucking what? Nudity? Now, TheActMan has been on YouTube and making content for almost a decade now. He's not that stupid. He knows how the TOS works. So why would he jeopardize his entire livelihood by making such a rank amateur mistake? That doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. Oh wait, hold on. It doesn't take a bloodhound to recognize the lingering scent of bullshit in the air. And in case you were wondering, no, TheActMan wasn't riding a Sibian like a mechanical bull in his video. Sorry to disappoint some of you weirdos out there. But for a brief moment, there was a picture of QuantumTV with a photoshopped cucumber in his mouth. And that's why the video was swiftly taken down. Over
a fucking cucumber.
That's what scared YouTube? A vegetable. The only things that cucumbers are supposed to scare are cats and ER doctors when someone comes in with an embarrassing story to share.
Hello, what brought you into the ER today?
I have a cucumber stuck up my butt.
But enough about the squash. This is about YouTube's repeated failures of protecting their creators and upholding the rules they are supposed to impose. At this point, the TOS is just a mere suggestion of what to do. It should really be a post-it note that says, "Can you guys fucking stop? Our job is very hard." Then they play a montage of Siberian Huskies being the furry drama queens that they are as a distraction. While we're distracted, YouTube is in the corner of the room trying to do some Naruto jutsu bullshit in a desperate means to escape, but they fail miserably. This isn't the first time YouTube has sided with people who abuse their terms and services in the past year. Just a few weeks ago, the H3 podcast was smited with the ban hammer because people took a 10-second clip out of context of Ethan saying something really dumb and really bad and posted it all over Twitter, and a bunch of people got outraged. And then they proceeded to file a bunch of false claims to have the video removed. And they won. Keemstar did the same exact thing last year because he didn't like it when Ethan was making fun of him for dating a 19-year-old. Making jokes about Keemstar? I can do that too. Why doesn't Keemstar like drinking wine? Because most bottles are just way too old for his taste. Here's a prime example of the Nelk Boys, the group of sentient White Claw cans with somehow less personality, striking down a smaller YouTube channel just because they critiqued and criticized their pranks and all of their other videos. I can sit here for hours and point out the numerous egregious examples of copyright abuse, but every time, YouTube will constantly turn a blind eye to these problems and instead shift their attention onto some stupid bullshit that has no bearing or relevancy to the discussion at hand. It's like a doctor going to Roger Goodell and explaining in great and excruciating detail how playing football causes severe and traumatic brain injuries. And instead of implementing new safety precautions to protect players, he makes a new rule saying that now when players are on the field, they are required to wear an additional layer of bubble wrap to protect them. That's so inconceivably inane. You see the problem, but would rather bury your head in the sand like a startled ostrich. The problem is so self-evident and obvious, even Stevie Wonder can see it. YouTube has said countless times that they'll listen to their creators and change for the better. But here's the thing, they haven't. This is the kind of response you would expect to hear from a person who's relapsed for the 4th time, not from a multi-billion-dollar business conglomerate. They constantly reward the worst the platform has to offer by doing absolutely nothing and indicating to everyone else that this is now acceptable. And we'll just turn our heads, whistle Dixie, and walk away. FaZe Clan members running constant crypto scams? That's fine. Family channels exploiting their kids for views? That's fucking cool with us, man. One YouTuber makes a joke about another and they don't like it. Time to kick down the door because we gotta drag this motherfucker off the death row. This could have been easily avoided if YouTube didn't have this laissez-faire approach when handling their copyright system. The only time YouTube seems to take an active interest in the problem is when the collective internet uses uproar and won't calm down after 2 to 5 turns. Sam Pepper vanished from the internet after killing his best friend prank, like he was trying to run away from some shady debt collectors. Daddy of 5 ceased to exist like the love in a British marriage after everyone pointed out how they abused their children and stirred the pot. YouTubers shouldn't have to be the ones who constantly push and strive for the platform to change. They aren't the ones who should be trying to collectively enforce and implement new policies just to protect their asses against bullshit like this. YouTubers are your business partners, and let me just say, if you're gonna bend them over the table, spread eagle, at least have the common courtesy to have some condoms on hand, because I want them to be safe when they're getting fucked from behind. I'm not saying that change is gonna be easy. YouTube needs to find a solution fast, actively listen to their creators, then establish some immediate changes in order to avoid constant scenarios like this, which garner so much attention because they're dragged out into the public for everyone to see. Because right now, YouTube is constantly shooting itself in the foot and wondering why they're bleeding. Now, this is the end of the video. Thank you. As always, thank you for spending your precious time on this earth with me. Thank you for spending your fleeting mortality with me. And until the next video, I bid you all a fond farewell.